All right, welcome. Good to see you guys. How we doing? Let's see. We got quite a few people in here today. Production stepping up again. Check this out. You guys like this background? Boom. I like it. I like it. Hey, yeah, welcome guys. 3D Thursday. It's the second 3D Thursday. Oh, there we go. So today, a couple big things, couple announcements. One, the two-way is down for a little bit. It's down for maintenance. It should be back up either later on tonight or tomorrow afternoonish. It just depends on kind of what's going on behind the scenes. Uh, anyways, let's see. So what do we got going on? A lot of stuff in the news, a lot of crazy things happening. Specifically, kind of want to touch on some 3D printing stuff. Um, let's see. Yes, audio is working for once. Hey, I think I might be getting the hang of this whole streaming thing. I think I might be getting it. So I guess let's see how many people we got. We got 5 here. Let's do a quick. Oh man, I didn't even set it up. How do I want to do this? Okay, so for VIPs, quick question, or not a question, but for VIPs, if you head on over to the forum either to tonight or tomorrow, whenever it gets back up, sometime before next Thursday, we will be giving away a $50 off of the new Creality Ender. Their S1. Help me out. What's the name of it? It's not the Pro. It's the S1. I want to call it it's the Plus. The S1 Plus. So we'll be giving away the $50 pre-sale gift certificate to that. To one of our VIPs. So just head on over. It'll be in the lounge. You're just typing in for one, and then next week we'll come back through and I'll raffle it off. And then as soon as they send me the code for that $50 off, I'll relay that code right on over to you. So do with the code as you may. Oh no, it's a bit low. Let's see here. Let's try this. Boom. How is, and actually let me turn it up one bit there. Cool. How's that audio? That audio should be a little bit better. Cool. Yeah, I'm just trying not to let it pick up a whole lot of background noise. So, yeah, the Plus does look nice. The only thing with the Plus is I saw that it doesn't, or that it only goes up to 260. So you will need to upgrade it just a little bit if you want to print some of that fancier stuff. Again, though, it being an entry-level printer to start out, you don't need that. You don't need that the hot end to go up to 300 degrees. So, we're starting to pick little things, little things. You don't need that. So I still think that will be a great entry-level printer. And yeah, so 50 bucks off over in the VIP lounge tonight. We will be doing a giveaway at the very end for some cool stuff. So I meant to have this last week. Yeah, this big 300 bed. I was thinking about keeping this coupon for myself because I was like, man, how can I justify getting a second printer, but not knowing how much it's going to cost, right out the gate. I was like, I can't justify that right now. So one of you lucky winners is going to get $50 off if you choose to get it. If not, if you know a friend, if you know anybody, heck, you could even give it away over at some other forums. So yeah, I also do want to preface, I did see a good little note here. This stream is solely based on I guess my stream. I'm not affiliated with any other forums. The only forum that I am really affiliated with, I guess that would take responsibility for this, is 2aallday.com. That is the forum that is putting this on, so to say. So there we go. Other than that, yeah, so last week I said I wanted to give away, I was thinking about doing like something 3D printed or whatever, because now we're transitioning into a 3D Thursday type feel. So what we are going to, do you guys want to see what I'm going to kind of give away at the end, or do you want it to be a surprise? I'll wait about a minute or so to see what you guys think. And then if you guys say in the chat you want to see it now, I'll show it now. If not, we will wait until the end. And why is this not letting me stretch it out? Go save her. Go save her. Go get her. All right. So I guess. Oh yeah. I guess a couple of the announcements over on the forum. Over at 2A. So when I refer to the forum, I'm referring over to 2A. If I specifically am talking about something about PGB or any of the other forums, I'll say that. So over the forum, kind of updating a couple of the links and how the page is kind of laid out a little bit. So there's now like drop down windows and some other things there. Again, if you ever want to see what I'm using, what I recommend, what's tried and true, what others are using, what they like, check out the shop there. There's some links there over to some Amazon stuff. There's also some links over to like Creality's main page and Prusa. I'm not affiliated with any of them, so well, I'd like to be. So if you guys want to, Creality, if you want to send me a printer, I'll be your Huckleberry. I think that's what they say, something like that. Anyways, so yeah, I guess let's kind of just jump into this. And if you guys think of any questions, let me know. I guess though, let's I really wanted to touch on the settings a little bit, my support settings, and I will we can talk about cleanup after the settings and just before the raffle. We'll do that. So let's, I guess let's open up Prusa and get all of our stuff there. And we'll jump into taking a look at some settings, taking a little deeper dive. Let's see. All right, so we got Prusa Slicer open right here, and we have our frame on the build platter. Let's kind of take a look at some of our basic settings. Then we're going to dive right on into some of these support settings and kind of where I support things and how I support them and kind of why. So let's kind of take a look at what we got going on here. So first, you can come up here. You can choose. These are kind of like the default settings. I have custom settings down here. So, for example, these Chairman Juan settings are from the README file from his Mega Stipple pack. So if you download that, the README file in there tells you what to set the settings to print those stipples at. And I just come to find that's a good base for my printer to start with, at least. So anyways, let's kind of get this oriented how we want it and how it's actually going to print. So I'm Rails down gang all day long. I've been getting a lot of flack for that, by the way. A lot of people say that, oh, your support game's weak if you print Rails down. You can't print Rails up, blah, 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 blah. No, dude. Actually, if you think about it, my support games have to be on point because removing support in here is kind of where it matters. And if anything's out of spec there, then your gun's probably going to malfunction. So Rails down gang for life. Okay, so anyways, let's kind of we got this here. Let's just see where cool, 100% infill and support on build plate only. So let's just kind of see what it's got. Let's just see what it's going to do, and we'll build on it from there. This will kind of give us a good base on kind of where to start from. We're probably going to end up slicing it 3 or 4 times at least. So here it is. And all right, cool. So we see it's got like half the trigger guard, and it's supporting a logo thing that I put up here. We can take care of that. And then it's supporting all of that stuff on the inside. That's what I'm curious to see. So let's zoom in a little bit here and let's kind of take this down a bit. Okay, cool. So it's on a line rectilinear. Oh, so the support's different. Okay. Ignore that. So our supports are, yeah, it looks like it's aligned, and they're all going the same way. And someone just turned me on to a good tip. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here, we're going to try to change the direction of the support. So see how it's going long ways with the gun? Well, that's going to make one long support, and it's going to be really hard to, or not really hard, but it's going to be harder to kind of pop those supports off in one clean piece, one clean break. So we actually want those going the opposite way of what they're going now, or at a 90-degree angle. We want them going across the pistol, so that way there's not a lot of support that's like stuck to the frame. So we'll change that out a little bit. You can also change, if you want, the spacing between each of these little supports. I don't know if I'm going to really mess around with that today, but okay, cool. So this is our base. So this is where we're starting. So Let's pop back over here. And first things first, what I like to do is make sure I get that trigger guard covered. So Kira has tree supports. I'm sure you could also do some type of like tell it where you want it to support there. Prusa Slicer has paint on supports. So I can just come over here and this little circle, we can make it a little bit bigger. That'll be easier. Whoops. Let's undo those. So essentially left clicking will put supports there and turn blue. Right clicking will take away supports and say, no, we don't want supports there. So I like to just kind of turn the gun there, make sure I'm getting all of kind of the overhang. I mean, if you want, you can print an overhang, but you don't have to. Okay, cool. And so that's supports were also kind of going all the way up here. So we can just right click and say, hey, nope, we do not want supports on any of that going up. And then another thing that I also like to do is I like to zoom in and just kind of look underneath because it will kind of catch some of those overhangs. Okay, cool. So let's slice that really quick. And so now what we're going to see when we slice it is the supports that were on the side going all the way up should be gone, which they are. The support should be all inside of the trigger guard, which they are. So sweet. So we're looking good. Now the only supports we have are on the inside of the frame. That's going to use a lot less material, and it's going to be, in my opinion, easier to remove. So, hey, buddy. All right, let's go into, we can turn that off now. Let's go into our print settings because I'm sure that's what you guys really want to see, and that's what we're really here for. So layers and perimeters. So these are kind of just some basic settings. We don't got to really worry about that. What we really want to know is the support. Let's go into supports and let's kind of take a look at what we got here. So we got a overhang threshold. Let's see, auto generate. No, we don't want any rafts. Let's just kind of go on down. So grid, you can choose if you want grid or snug. I'm going to do grid. So detachable. So this is the distance between the support and my actual frame. I think this is okay. You could probably go a little closer, but what happens is if you change this and you go a little bit closer, it has a chance of like welding itself to or becoming part of whatever you're printing. So and then you can do the same for top distance and bottom distance. So the top of the support and also the base or the bottom of the support. So what we're looking at here is the pattern says rectilinear, which it was. You saw it going straight across, which is fine. That's what we want. And pattern spacing, pattern angle. So I think that's what we want to change here. So let's change our pattern angle to 45. And let's see what that did. Because we only want it, we want to change it. Oh, you know what? That might make it sideways. Sorry, let's put that at 90. Because we want it to go 90 degrees. And let's slice that. Let's see what that does. That should do the trick. All right. Oh, look at that. Kind of made that look all funky. Anyways, that should still be okay and work. Yep. See, look, they're going left to right or side to side or wide ways, which is perfect. That's going to be super easy to remove instead of going long ways, and it's going to leave less scarring, and the scarring itself is going to be going with the base. See how like those steps are going left, like wide-wise? Look at the scarring is going wide-wise as well, instead of straight across and straight over it. So now let's take a look. Boom, look at that. So now we made it go left to right, wide-wise. That is say that 10 times fast, guys. It's now going that way, and that should help it pop off super easy. So hold on, buddy. I'll be over there in a sec, okay? And so that's that support. That's how you kind of tell the support what way you want it to go, where you want it to go. This should be super easy to pop off now. Let's take a look at another thing. So a good example of this is, I guess right here, this wall. Let's take a look. Notice this gap right here. So that gap, I set it that way, and I'll show you what it's supporting. So it's supporting like the little rest thing right there. But look, it's while it's support, look, it's not even touching. So this gap here is another thing that'll make these supports come off super easy. And you can kind of see it down here too. So if we were to zoom in, and then if I could get this just right, oh man, I need a better mouse for this. But you can see that there's a gap. Like, look, there's this layer. So it goes top of the support, layer. So there's nothing there. Now there's air, and now overhang. And that's what blue means, is overhang. So that's printing a bridge essentially. So overhang perimeter, you can see it's blue. That's there just to kind of give it a little extra support. And you can also see, hey, look, you can see through it right there. So, and then again, I guess another good spot to kind of see it is right here. See how it's kind of nothing there? That'll figure itself out. Don't worry about that. But that's kind of how I would print that. Let's see. Man, maybe I shouldn't even do the trigger. You don't have to do the trigger if you don't want to. I do, but you don't have to. I'm going to try it without the trigger, actually, and then I'll report back and let you guys know what it is. So, so that setting there for the gap that we were talking about just now is, let's get this guy back up and going. The gap is going to be your XY separation between an object. I'm not sure what it's called in Cura. I know Cura has it, but I'm just not sure what it is. But this, it's going to, like I said, help that support be either closer or farther away from your object's walls. So like if, for example, it's 1.4, if I were to stretch this out to, let's say 2, it's going to be pretty far. Let's let that set in. We'll come over here. I'll reslice it. And then you'll see that now all of the supports are going to be affected by that. And it is going to be pretty far away from really anything. Oh, look, it didn't even make a support there because it didn't need one. At 2, it's so far off, it's saying it doesn't even need a support there. And you could probably spit through that gun. Let's see. So an easier way to also see is kind of like right there. See how that's not even touching anything? There's like a huge gap. And then I guess the trigger guard, you'll be able to see another pretty decent sized gap. See how you can kind of, I had it just, there we go. Oh, anyways, up here you can kind of see the gap that it's creating. Boom. So there's that, and let's see what it does to the inside. We'll take a look at that too really quick. So look, it pushed everything away from all of the walls. So that's one way to kind of get very minimal supports if you don't really want a lot of supports, which is something to play with. I definitely play around with it. Every printer is going to be a little bit different. I had to play around. Like I said, that was Chairman's recommendation. He's using a different printer than I'm using. And so I upped mine. I think he recommended 1.2, but what I found was on the stippling for the 1.2, it was, the supports were still trying to get inside of like the big coral or the hex. Any of those types of stipples, once you see them, you'll understand. But any of those stipples, the supports were trying to go inside of. So I had to increase that distance. So that way, just like we saw down here, the supports disappeared. They didn't want to stick to that. And then inside, look, there's a huge gap of supports. And so you can kind of see, yeah, boom, that looks good. I might actually try it like this. And I'm going to remove the trigger guard support. I just don't like this section down here. So let's say that you want to redo your trigger. Well, what's cool is with this, I can just simply go in there and say, hey, you know what? I can't quit you. There we go. Do that. We'll slice that up. That'll remove that. And we'll see, because it's build plate only, let's see what it does. So it only, because I really only want it, I don't want it to be printing where there's nothing there just yet. Okay, cool. So it comes out of the trigger guard right there. Perfect. And my printer's tuned enough to where this overhang is going to be nothing for it. So look at, like, you can see the support through the mag release hole right there. Watch, let's go back. And now, so we saw 2. Watch, let's cut that in half and let's go to 1. Just so you guys can see, it's going to be a lot closer, and that support is going to come right back up and kiss that frame. So let's slice it. Okay, so it is a little bit closer, not a huge amount like I thought it would be up there, but look, it's saying, hey, I can be close enough now to make this support. So it automatically throws this back up there. And it is barely, there might be like an interface layer touching. It's barely touching right there. So mine, again, I do it normally at 1.4. I'm going to start to experiment with that a little bit more now. Let's see what it wanted. So it wanted 60% of my layer height. Is that what it is? I think it is. Let's see what the default profile recommends. Before I changed it from 60% to 1.4 millimeters, let's see what it recommended. Here you can see, we'll just keep using this little tip here. Look, it made the support a lot thicker. Like it's almost touching the gun the whole way up, but it is actually supporting that little overhang that's coming off right there. You can easily see it is legitimately touching and supporting that right there. So that is what the XY separation does. And again, I'm not sure what Prusa calls it. Man, I'd have to look into it. I mean, Cura, I know that they do have it. It would just be a matter of flipping through the settings. So the 60% went all the way up inside of there. And look, this one's not even coming close or touching it. So again, moving the supports off is how you get a beautiful frame without scarring. Just make sure that you tune your printer in. Once you tune your printer, you should be good to go, and this should be a piece of cake for you. I know the How's It Hanging or the Donald Hump. Hey, bud. Hold on a minute. His support are on point. They're great. You should see, I think he posted a video in one of the Discords that literally the whole internal support just clicks out, pops out, and his insides look amazing. So yeah, let's see. All right, cool. Well, so those are my supports a little bit. And I guess really quick, let's just look in here and see what else we can change out. Yeah, that's again, so the pattern angle, that'll change the way the supports are going, and then the distance are really two of the big things there. Everything else is mainly just default. And so those are my supports. I hope that you guys learned something from here, and if you guys want me to take a deeper dive, I can. If not, we got that giveaway coming up here in a minute. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's get out of this view and go back to normal. And where is it? Here it is. All right. Oh, shoot. There we go. Yeah. So again, those are the supports. And Discord. So speaking of Discord, started a new Discord forum or server over on Discord. So if you ever want to chat over there, you know, any time of day, got a special 3D printing server Discord over there. So if you do have Discord and you want to chat it up, just search for TAAD, so TAAD, which is the abbreviation or the initials of 2A all day, and that'll get you right over to our server. And then yeah, hopefully the server blows up, and you know, we get a couple more printers over there, and get some good information flowing there as well, just for some kind of like, you know, on-call help with printing or anything like that. Let's see. So we touched on Discord. Oh yeah, cool. So how we doing? We're pushing. What time is it? Shoot. It is. Oh man, why did I turn that off? $6:30. All right, cool. I think we can go ahead and show you guys what we're giving away today. So I wish I had this. It was still being designed and printed last week, so got the final touches on it, tested it out with a 17 and a 19, and it works flawlessly. But this little guy right here, so this is going to be our forum stand right there. So it's white, it's got our logo on it right there. That's the only branding it has on it. Not trying to blow it up with the brand, I just like the logo. I think it's a really cool logo. So, and the logo is printed. So that's color changes that you're seeing there. It is not painted, it is printed. So yeah, super sturdy. Anyways, you're gonna get to see a couple guns that I'm working on in the background, or a couple themes. So here's the stand. Here is a 17 So that is the 17, just so you can kind of see the length. And then here is a 19. So they just slide right on, slide right off, and they're on there nice and good. So I should have had this playing. However, let me also add... thanks, guys. So that's what we're going to be giving away tonight. We're going to do that right now. So hashtag TAAD, TAAD, in the comments to win that. And let me add, let me get this, excuse me, the screen up and going for the Wheel of Names. So that way we can kind of all see it. Oh, whoops. You know what? Let me try a different thing. Watch, we'll do... we will go over to this view here, and so hashtag TAAD. It is 6:32, so I'll give you guys to like 6:34, 6:35 if you guys want one. And in the meantime, I will get the Wheel of Names window brought on over into here, just so that way we can kind of all see it. Okay, cool. Boom. There we go. Right. Cool. Well, Sprink, you might be the winner of one of these stands here. They are also going to be put up for sale too, just to kind of help keep things going. If you guys wanted that, it'll be over in the shop under the what is it? The custom swag section or something like that. Also, I will have an option if you want your own custom gun stand that we can kind of email back and forth on. If you have a design or if you have a picture or something you want me to put on there, I can definitely try my best to do that. Here, watch, we'll just do this. Cool, we'll just say that. I'll design that for you and get that sent out as well. So I think maybe in the future I'll do a couple episodes on Fusion 360. So that's the program I use to do all these designs and these editing stuff in. Yeah, right. And Sprink is the winner. I don't know, man. Nick stepped up. It's gonna be either Sprink or Nick. We'll see. Raymond, where are you at, man? Are you even here? Are you here right now? We got 6 people. Raymond, where are you at? I know you probably won in on this. You're gonna be bummed you missed tonight. But yeah, so I do Fusion 360 is how so I was working on this skull pattern here. So that's painted. The top's not painted, but those skulls are painted there. Did that just recently. So I think I'm getting pretty good at Fusion. Good enough to make some cool stuff. What's our time looking at? All right, we got a couple more seconds. I'll give you till 6:35, and then we are spinning. Oh, hey, you guys like this background too? I like it. So I thought I'd switch up the backgrounds from the big screen to the little screen. Sprink and Nick, you guys are the only people in. And all right, well, let's spin it and see who's gonna win it. Good luck, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. And yeah, here we go. Oh, Nick, nicely done. Nicely done. I think I have your address. I'm pretty sure I do. I'll get this boxed up. And next time I make it out to the post office, I'll drop it off over there. Me and shipping, man, I've had so much stuff going on. I'll try to get over there within the next day or two. Or I'll buy this. Oh, today's Thursday. I used to be by Friday, so I'll get over there tomorrow or Monday, dude. Tomorrow or Monday, we'll get it out to you. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think when you get it. We will go back over to the main. Let's get that off. And I think we're looking pretty good. Hey, thanks. Yeah, that skull pattern. Yeah, maybe I'll touch on how I kind of find these patterns, and then how to convert them into being able to model with them, and then also applying that then to whatever you want on it. Because it is kind of tricky depending where you're at. So, for example, I'll touch on it really quick here, and then maybe we'll do like a 2 or 3 part series on actually custom designing stuff, and then maybe we'll have a competition if you guys want to design one your own, and then we can vote on it, and winner will get something. We'll do a, I don't know. Anyways, so for example, these skulls here, to get these on this flat part is a lot different than getting this back strap. Those skulls on the back strap. That is a little bit harder to do with this particular file. This is the Free Men Don't Ask file, than these ones on the side here. So I do think that I might try to switch over to PY2A frames, because on quite a few of the FMDA, and we're kind of rambling on here, and then I'll try to touch on the cleanup too here in a second. Remind me again. But the PY2A frames, what I've kind of found is sometimes if I forget to set a certain setting on my slicer, that those 2 notches that sometimes people clip off on P80s. So for example, let's see, you can kind of see how I only have the one. Oh, here we go. There's only the one. So sometimes one of those just comes off, and it doesn't print necessarily right. However, the PY2A ones, they don't even have these notches up here. Or this back here, they're a little taller, I think, so it's all kind of built in. So those are going to be easier for newer people to print. I may switch over to kind of design some of those. I got some other designs already in the works with these frames though, so I'll probably finish out those, and then I don't know, maybe switch over to PY2A and kind of give them a shot as well. Yeah, the skulls are raised. So if I raised them, I want to say I raised them 1 millimeter or 1.5 millimeters. It's an aggressive texture. Like you can feel that they're definitely there. Yeah, it's raised. So I did like you can kind of see there. I did like a lot of people will raise all of the whole frame itself and then recess the skulls. I wanted to do like a reverse or an opposite of that. So I left the frame where it was, and then I raised the skulls out all the way around for that. So and so this is I'll just show you guys this. It's being built right now. The parts are almost here, but this is my shooter lube. I'm going to do designing a custom frame for them. So this is what their frame is, because they have the skull there. You can see there, that's also raised shooter lube as well. And then the other side on their website, it says hashtag Bravo Lubtion. So we put that on there, as well as we have their logo, and all of that is raised as well. So with Shooter Lube, also don't forget, over at the forum, we do have discounts for members, VIP and regular members. Discount codes are over there if you want to get some of the, in my opinion, best cleaning solution out there. That I've used. So I don't know if you got something better that doesn't smell, let me know, because I'm always down to try it. And hey bud.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You can come sit out here if you want.
I do.
Cool. All right, we'll hang out right there, okay?
Okay. And there's also a staff for me.
Oh yeah, there is. Okay, so hold on a minute.
Okay.
My 3-year-old wants to come out and say hello. So that's him in the background. Yeah, so Shooter Lube is awesome. Thanks. Yeah, the nice raised stuff. Cool. Thanks guys. I'm glad you're liking it. Oh, so cleanup. Cleanup. Let's touch on that. I really try not to do a whole lot of sanding. I use a flathead screwdriver, and I use a pair of the actual, like the filament cutters that come with all of the little blue Creality filament cutters. That's what I use to clean up. Oh, I'm sorry, I do use a pair of needle nose every now and again. So for example, if you're looking in here, so you can kind of see, so here's my channel. The only part that is all kind of looks a little funny is where those long supports. So this was printed with the supports going up and down like this. This wasn't printed with them going sideways. So I do need a print with them going sideways. I found that out after this. So Anyways, so that's the type of scarring that it leaves, but it's fine. It looks bad, but it doesn't feel bad at all. It feels very flush. And then this in here, that just printed out as a square. That just popped right out. I just used a screwdriver, a flathead. So I just kind of just put it in there a little bit and get it out. And up here, I just use a screwdriver at the very tip just to kind of loosen it a little bit. I just put the flathead in each side here. And then, of course, I break the trigger housing off. Here, I wiggle it back and forth, break it off. Again, this needs some more touch up. It's nowhere near done, but you can kind of see the scarring in there a little bit. I do have some of that Mother's Ultimate Black I might try to put on here. I haven't tried to polish anything because it's honestly not super bad. You know, even if you wanted to go over that with like a black Sharpie, that would probably even work because the bottom of the frame is glass. So the whole outside of the frame is glass. It's butter. Versus if you were to print supports down like this. So if you were to print your gun like this, hold on a second, bud. Let's just look at the stands already come. So if you printed rails up like this, then you would have this similar scarring. That similar scarring would now be underneath all of this. All of that would have supports and it would be all messed up. So yeah, so there is that. Right, yeah, OCD. I do that and then I end up messing the frame up even more, and then I end up just reprinting. Yeah, that's essentially what I do. Yeah, thanks. Bottoms are nice, and you know, just to show you that it's not a fluke with the bottoms. So here's my other one. You guys might recognize that logo, but there's that bottom there, and then to compare, so pretty consistent on the bottoms. Again, they're smooth as butter, smooth as glass, and yeah, so that's my process and cleanup. Are you using any like polishing materials? Do you repolish or do anything like that? Because I'll give it a shot. I'll definitely try it, see how it goes. And I also find it's different with different colors. So obviously black shows a lot. It's really easy to see the black, like the gray or the discoloration. So there's that. If you are printing, so for the Halo gun that I just did, the Halo Magnum, it was very difficult to see any type of scarring or blemishes on it like that. So I have tried sandpaper, I've tried Dremel, I've tried all of that. Like the rails, yeah.
I forgot my water.
Okay, go get your water. The rails don't need any sanding, at least the way that it comes out for me. Don't need any sanding there. And that's what's getting most of the support. So remember, there's that gap when you print rails down, especially because these two little pegs are essentially the only thing touching the build plate. And then you have your supports, and then there's that gap that we put in there, the 1.4 millimeter gap or whatever it is. And then it prints my rails. So yeah, they are awesome. And another one too that came out. Oh, look at that. It's okay. I can't show you that color. Never mind. So let's see. Yeah, let me know. Let me know about that black shoe polish. That may work. You know, and that'll probably work better than I just use the typical. Green screen doesn't like it, but the typical Mothers. So all right, cool. I think I touched on everything tonight. Again, so next week we'll probably go into Fusion 360 maybe, and I'll show you guys how. So Fusion is complicating for some people. It was super complicating for me until I realized a couple things. And if you just do these 2 or 3 little things, and you just repeat it, you do it again, you repeat it, and you keep doing it. And anytime you want to do something, you just follow that process. The 3 steps. We'll call it the 3 steps to success or something. The 3 steps for 3D. That's what we're gonna call it. Then you'll be able to do exactly what I'm doing. And then maybe you'll be able to teach me something. That'd be awesome. So All right, cool guys. Nick, like I said, I'll get that out to you within the next couple days. Monday at the latest, I'll get it to the post office and have it your way. If you could do me a favor, once you get it though, whatever you put on it, send a pic. I want to see a pic of what you're using it for. So that would be awesome. Maybe we'll get or post it in the Discord actually. And maybe once we get a couple pics of people using them, we'll do a drawing from the people who, did the first round of them. So other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys still liking Thursdays at 6? Look at this. It is 6:46. We can still go eat some dinner, guys. All right. Well, with that being said, cool. Yeah, 3 for 3D. Let's do it. I'll have to take a note so that way I don't forget about that. Yeah, so cool, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a good week. Hope you have a good weekend. Happy Friday tomorrow. And again, I will see you next week on the tripod. Thank you for tuning in.